Hello, welcome to Kapow Toys Presents. I'm your host King Grimlock, and today we're going to be looking at Reveal the Shield Legend Class Starscream. Now this guy has intrigued me for a very long time, ever since we saw those first images. I always thought this guy looked the best of the lot, and I have to say I'm actually not far from undisappointed. Is that even a phrase? I'm not far from being spot on. This guy is exceptional for a Legend class figure. I mean, really blow your mind exceptional. He looks great in his jet mode, so much better than that terrible Thundercracker repaint we got in Universe 2.0. He looks like his G1 incarnation. It really works so well. The detail is amazing. Afterburners, all the different fins, it just looks amazing. His rub sign works like a treat, even though it didn't really stay lit for very long there. The problems do come as ever with jet formers when you rotate them upside down, and you do have this kind of contortionist Starscream approach with this little head up here and then his legs, and there's his torso upside down, his arms, and I know they couldn't have done anything, really. They couldn't have done much with it to hide it, but I don't know, fold a few bits away. But it's Legend. It's Legend. We've got to forgive things. It's a Legend class figure. And this is still leaps and bounds above the movie Legends that we've had over the last few years. I mean, this is masterpiece in comparison to those pieces of crap. Let's take you through his transformation, because that's what we do with the Legend class figures, because otherwise I'd have nothing to fill the time. The legs have the tail fins attached. They just lift out. So I'll probably get this in the wrong order because I've only done this the once, and oh yes, that's it. Sorry, I'll put that back. Yeah, I've only done this the once, and it was the other way. So here we go. The arms come up, the null rays pop out the side and just come down there. They're not the most detailed null rays, but they do the job. Everything falls down the side there. We have the fake cockpit, there's the real one, and then the entire thing rotates up. No, we don't. We put that back. We swivel his head around, fold the cone head back, snap it into place, which it does quite nicely, rotate his arms down, and then fold the panels up the side of his legs, and there he is in his robot mode. And this isn't as impressive as the Megatron one, but this is still nonetheless really nicely done, really impressively done for a Legend class figure. The lovely blue that was used on the Optimus Prime has been used here to pick the same part, those parts out as well. And the parts have been incorporated really nicely. The fact that all the wings have been incorporated, and I love the way these wings come up higher than his G1 incarnation. I don't know, it just makes him seem so much both meatier, sort of upper body strength, but also makes him seem thinner in the body, in the lower body, and makes him give him that sort of snide, sly appeal that he had in like the animated series and in the recent Prime miniseries, and it draws from the animated version quite a lot, I think. And I have seen two different variants of this guy. There is the one with a black head, and this one obviously has the grey one. Personally, I'd have preferred the one with the black head, but the problem with that is when you have him in his jet mode, that the paint comes, or the black comes through on the other side, so you'd lose the uniformity of the figure in his jet mode. Taking him around, you can see closer detail on the null rays there. They aren't great looking, but they do what they do. You know, they are what they are, as my friend in America does say. They look the part. You can tell they're the null rays, even if they haven't got the sculpted detail you'd hope, and they fit really nicely into the vehicle mode. Around the back, there is no. I think that's every figure of these Legends I've done that's just fallen over backwards. There is no real kibble. Yes, we have these panels on the back, the fins, but as you can see, there's actually sculpted room to slot them in, and it fits really nicely with the design. And you've got the cone head at the back, yes, but he's supposed to have that. And I don't know, just this slightly spiky aesthetic works really well. And again, we have these sculpted, slightly out feet, so you can stand him with his legs spread and have all the base of him flat on the floor. Downsides is he's a Legends class, he's tiny, and you do have those little problems. For example, the thrusters on the end of his hand, which don't look that bad actually, all things considered. And you know what? for a Legends figure, he is very, very nicely done. A few more paint apps wouldn't have gone amiss, but I can't really complain that much because he is a really, really good representation of a G1 Starscream. To be honest, this has been one of his better representations as well in recent years. Highlights for me are the entire chest area here is so wonderfully sculpted and so wonderfully picked out in this gold paint and the silver as well. Surrounded and highlighted by that red, and the detail extends down into the legs as well. They've really spent a lot of time sculpting panel lines and things like that onto this figure, and it really shows. It really helps to bring out areas, and so this whole chest area just draws the eye. Unfortunately then, the grey unpainted plastic is highlighted. It's a real shame because, I mean, I'm looking through the camera now, he almost looks a bit more like Swoop or Silverbolt just from the colours from the shelf, as it were. But overall, I'm mightily impressed with what this guy has done, much as I am with most of the Legend class figures from Reveal the Shield so far. Anyway, I've been King Grimlock. This has been Reveal the Shield Legend class Starscream. Get there in the end. And we'll see you next time, guys.